Alright, welcome to this new video. This video we're going to talk about the ICT Silver Bullet. First we're going over the framework, we're going over some examples, then I will be live backtesting this exact framework inside FX Replay. So without further ado, let's dive in. First, let's go over the rules of this model. The first step is that you need to mark out on the 1 hour time frame the highs and lows of the 9 a.m. candle. Then at 10 a.m. you wait for the 9 a.m. high or low to be swept. Then on the 1 minute you're going to look for a market structure shift. So you look for displacement, you look for a fair value gap. You're going to target the opposing 9 a.m. high or low. So that means if the 9 a.m. low is going to be swept, you're going to target the high. And if the 9 a.m. high is going to be swept, you're targeting the low. Entry inside a fair value gap or block or breaker. And entry can only be happening within the silver bullet window, 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. This is how the framework looks like. So you have your 9 a.m. candle. So for example, let's say bullish candle. You mark out the highs and the lows. And then you wait for the high to be swept at target, the 9 a.m. low within the silver bullet window. Or you wait for the low to be swept and then you target the high of the candle. And how this looks like on the charts. Here's the 9 a.m. high. Here's the 9 a.m. low. If you mark out the silver bullet window from 10 a.m. till 11 a.m. So in this time window should be your entry. We see the low being swept. Then we have a market structure shift to the upside, leaving a fair value gap. The entry will be in the fair value gap, stop below the low, target the opposing high. And in this example, TP is inside the PM session. Now let's go over to FX Replay to backtest this model over a long period of time. When you just create your account on FX Replay, your dashboard should look like this. You can play around, you can make it light, you can make it dark. For this example, I'm sticking with light. First, we're going to create a strategy. We're going to name that the ICT Silver Bullet, the EURKM, and then we're going to create a session. Go to start for this example with a 100,000 account. Then I'm going to create NQ. If you want, you can trade multiple pairs. I'm sticking with NQ. Start date, let's do the month of March. Strategy, we can choose the one we just entered. So you can see after the backtest session how a specific strategy performed. And the rest I'm keeping empty. And let's save. And to start backtesting, you can press play now. So now we are inside the backtesting area. If your layout does not look like this, I edited a little bit. You can go to settings and just copy all the settings I have here. The bodies, colors, because you can pause the video here. I'm going to the next one. You can pause the video here. And you can pause the video here. And lastly, right here. So I have the exact same settings I have here. If you want to save that, you cannot save that here. You need to go to the top right corner and there, DT backtesting. You can press save layout. I've already saved it, of course. Save layout, and then later you can press load and you can see DT backtesting. Right, so we have two windows here. Here's the 1 hour. We can mark it out. And we have the 1 minute. You can press here to go to, and you can go to the next silver bullet session. And if you go to custom settings, you can do the silver bullet in London, New York AM, and New York PM. We're only going to do for this model the New York AM. So if I now press next silver bullet session, we are exactly at 10 a.m. So now let's backtest this model. So the first step is to mark out the 9 a.m. high and low. And you see that here on the 1 minute chart. And in the first few minutes, we've seen this high being swept. Now it's waiting to get some form of displacement to the other side. Not yet. There's no energetic movement, no fair value gaps. And here we get displacement lower. So here, see fair value gap. Okay, with the breaker. But then I would like to enter here, stop loss above the high, take profit the lows, or 1, 2, 2, 8. Then you get press place order. If you select it, place order, it's already here. You don't forget to select it. 1%. And then sell limit and press save. And now let's see what price does. And this is a loss. So let's go to the next day. So here we have 9 a.m. And at 10 a.m. we sweep the low. Here we have an order block that gets respected. No for value gap. So I'm not taking that yet. I want to see displacement upwards, leaving a value gap. And here we have the 11-hour window. I don't like this price action, so that's why I didn't take any trade. Let's go to the next day. Let's wait for the low to be taken. Low is taken, so now waiting for a displacement upwards. Nothing yet, it's only down, trending downwards. And we're already almost in our 11 a.m. window, so no trade here. Let's go to the next day. The high lows are marked out at 10 a.m. We sweep below it. And now we get displacement upwards, leaving a fair value gap also with the breaker and the order block. I'd like to take an entry here in this fair value gap. Long here. Stop loss below the low. 1%. And let's see what price does. It takes a while, it takes until lunch to get the take profit. Here you can refine your stop loss. For example, below this fair value gap, it taps to the bottom fair value gap. I like to place my stop below the last swing low. Let's go to the next silver bullet. Now the M highs and lows are marked out. Waiting for one to be swept. We take the liquidity here. And now it's waiting for market structure shifts. Doesn't give any displacement lower. Still doesn't. And we're just trending upwards. And now the 11 a.m. window is at best, so no trade. Here we sweep the highs. And then one more time. Sweep the highs here. Then we get displacement lower, leaving a fair value gap. Also together with this breaker and the order block. So I want to short to the 9 a.m. low. Stop above the high. Or 1 to 3. And now let's see what price does. This is unlucky. We didn't get tapped in by 1 point, and then it goes to TP. So next day, we remove the limit. We tag the low right here. No displacement up yet. Now we get displacement upward with a fair value gap. Right here. Together with this order block and this breaker. Here you see price trade through this fair value gap. Tap him the low, 9 a.m. low one more time. And then taking TP. Go to the next day. Waiting for one of the two to be swept. The high gets swept, so we're looking for shorts. Very trending day, so no entries here. It's already 11 a.m. Let's go to the next day. At 10 a.m. we take the low immediately. Then we displace upwards. And this first value gap get tagged and displaced higher. This is an entry I would like to take. Target the highs here. Stop below the low. Or below this swing low. For 1 to 2. 1%. And let's see what price gives us. gave a little push, and then went to stop loss. Let's go to the next day. Price takes a low and then displays higher. We look at this fair value gap together with the order block right here. I don't like the upcoming risk to reward, because if you want to cover the low, it's basically a 1 to 1 3, but let's take it either way. Very low trade. Didn't give any nice push. So let's go to the next day. It was pretty low. And now we're waiting for displacement upwards. I like how the candles are closing above this down close candle. So entry is going to be like this for value gap. Stop below the low for 1 to 3. Again, it gave a nice push, but back to stop loss. Go to the next day. We take the high. No displacement down yet. I don't like how these highs are forming, but this is part of the backtest. So got displacement lower, leaving a fair value gap. We got already tapped in. See if we can get one more time before going to the lows. Here you got tagged in, and then it went to TP before the end of your clutch. Let's go to the next day. Waiting for one of the two to get taken out. And it's already 11 a.m. So no highs or lows are taken out. We're at the inside bar. So that means no trade. Then let's go to the next day. Waiting for the low or the high to be taken out. And it's already 11 a.m. So also today, no trade. Waiting for the low or the high to be swept. Here the low gets ran, and the bars are closing above the low. And waiting for displacement with a fair value gap. We got that here. So I would have an entry in this fair value gap, together with the wick of the order block. Stop at the high. Stop loss. You could use this swing low or this swing low. I like to target this swing low here for 1 to 3. And price comes back and takes our stop loss. So the high got taken here. I'm waiting for displacement lower, leaving a value gap. This is nice displacement. Right here, let's see what price does. These equal highs. So let's take a short to the lows. And let's see what price gives us. Price is already down here. And I like to trade the sell side of the curve. And if we from this point, come back all the way up here, then you're at the buy side of the curve, and I don't want to sell the buy side of the curve. So that's why I take the limit off. So in this case, price didn't take you in for 1 point, and then went to do a profit. Let's go to the next day. The high gets ran. Now waiting for displacement lower. No displacement yet. And we are already at 11 a.m. So this day, no trade. Here at the 10 a.m. open, we sweep the high. Now I have displacement lower, leaving a fair value gap. Now I want to target for at least a 1 to 2. So that means I'm going to get the consequent encroachment of this fair value gap, stop the highs, TP at the lows. Let's see what price gives us. Comes back, little drawdown, and then gives us the 1 to 2. Go to the next day. Price sweeps the low at the open, goes lower. Then we sweep another low, then displace upwards, leaving a fair value gap, basically 2. I like to trade this fair value gap and let my stop allow a price to trade into this low with a better price range as well, and an order block. Stop below the low, target to the highs, and let's see what price does. It's a very long trade. Speed this up a little bit. Price is still inside the range of the first silver bullet here. It is because this move downwards is a 100, almost a 200 point move downwards. And here, after 3 days, we have TP. So in this case, you can go inside Thursday, inside Friday to take another silver bullet. So when you're done backtesting, you can go back to your dashboard to see your analytics of this backtesting session. So right here, you see your session, you see the strategy, we see we've traded it for 30 days, 50% win rate, and a 9.3% profit. Quite decent. Let's go to analytics. And here you can see on every day, so what your best day is. And you see also here a equity curve that's steadily growing. That's what you want to see. Average RR was almost 3. You see some trades you could have break even. And you see all the summaries. Average duration, 11 hours. Long trades. And I think that has to do with the last trade we held for 3 days. That held the average up. 5 winning trades, 5 losing trades. And the wins are, of course, preceding the losses. So I have a very decent profit. Performance per hour, performance per day. So here we see we made the most money on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And you see on Thursday and Friday our performance dropped. It's good to know. Here you can see performance per month. If you're going to do this for multiple months, you can track that. So March, I think 9% is kind of on the low side. Of course, 9% is fantastic, but maybe you saw in the first few trades, it was a little static, like not very clean. So there are months that you can get even bigger profits. I think almost 10% for an average month is very nice to trade from for one model. So this is the backtesting session. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this kind of longer videos with backtesting, please let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe. If you want to use this tool, I've partnered up with them to give you a nice 50% discount code and also a 5-day free trial. I will leave the link in the description. And with that said, happy trading, and I'll see you in the next one.